Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. Today we will talk about one of the miracles of the Quran, human creation. You know, Muslims, they flood YouTube and everywhere with a bunch of lies. It's amazing how those people, they love to deceive. And you know, the amazing thing about Muslims, that they knew what they are saying is a lie and they do it. Now, we will do a little, some short study for for some of their claims. Actually, I'm going, in my book, I'm answering almost all their miracles, which is a joke. And actually, it's proven to be not only a joke, most of it, it's not a miracle, it's an error. It is a scientific error, and the Muslim try to make it as if it's a miracle. Now, let us see what this one is about. Here we go. The scientific miracles of the Quran, the sequence in development of a human organs. They are posting for us Quran chapter 23 verse 78, 16, 78, and 76 too. Now, what this verse is saying, that supposedly it's He who has created hearing, sight, and mind for you. What little thanks you show. Okay. Allah brought you out of your mother wombs. By the way, uh, 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 we will go and see the verses in Arabic, so we can understand it, in a better way. But we will read for now. Knowing nothing at all, and gave you hearing, sight, and mind, so that perhaps you would show thanks. Quran chapter 16, verse number 78. Say, what do you think if Allah took away your heart, your hearing, and your sight, and sealed up your heart? What God is there other than Allah who could give you them back to you? The last verse, we created man from mingled a drop to test him, and we made him hearing and see. Okay, well, so now what we see in here supposedly is a claim that Allah He created hearing or hearing, And by the way, they keep quoting one doctor from all the doctors in the world. His name is Dr. Keith. I think this guy, he is maybe now he is 80, 90, and he don't know what the Muslims do with his name. They have him in interview more than 25 years ago in Saudi Arabia, and from that day until now, they have nothing, no doctor except this name. And by the way, if this doctor he find all those things in the Quran, why he don't convert to Islam? Isn't it funny? But anyway, we'll go with those lies. So they are saying that Dr. Keith Moore state that during the development of the fetus, the eye begins to form after the inner ear. Okay, so now they are saying, okay, well, look, in the Quran, Allah, He mentioned hearing first and seeing and sight first, second. And science says now that first God created the ears first and the sight second, which is false, by the way, because you can go, there's many websites in the internet, you can go and check by yourself that those organs, all those organs, they start develop together. There's nothing it's called first and second. All of them, they are organized, and as those cells have a specialty, and they start established together. After the cells, the egg of the woman start, dividing itself and growing. From that time, every cells is going to develop, is going to be a special cell for something, or which means one is going to create the heart, one is going to create, etc. So already all of them, they are developing together. And when we speak about hearing and sight, and look what they are saying, the inner ear. What the inner ear? Ear is an ear. Either you say the ear or you say there is no ear yet. You see how they play with the words? What a fetus can do with that ear? Can he hear anything? No. What a fetus can do with that eye anyway? Can he see anything? No. So what the God of the Quran is speaking about seeing him, seeing his seeing the truth about Islam, supposedly, not about seeing and hearing songs and music and etc. So this is how the Muslims they try to deceive you. This is a metaphorical meaning. They try to make it as if it's about science. If the God of Islam he knew about science, he would never say many stupid stories about the creation. As an example, the God of Islam, we showed you many videos before, that the God of Islam believed that the baby created from a sperm, and the sperm would transform to be a congealed blood, which is a stupid thing to say. Like the Muslims told this Dr. Keith that in a stage in the Quran, according to the Quran, the baby he was a congealed blood, as the Quran says in different verses. So actually, let us show the verse so people they understand what we're talking about. Before we go there, I want to show you a verse in the Quran as an example. Chapter 7, verse 179. As long the Muslims they speak about science. You can take any translation you want. Here we go. Let us go to Big Tat. Okay. In this verse, we will see that the God of Islam is saying, already we have urged into hell many of the jinns and mankind. Why Allah he want to urge many people to hell? What's wrong with this God? I thought God don't want that. But anyway, this is the plan of Allah. He's Satan. Having hearts wherewith they understand not. So according, if this is science, Mr. Abdul, if the Quran is speaking about science, according to this verse, Quran saying that people understand by their heart, not by the mind. So either you say this is a metaphorical and you keep it this way, or you stop playing games. So even the Quran is speaking about science or is speaking about metaphorical. I accept this about metaphorical because I can say yes, you know, like your heart is a block, no problem. This is a language word. Doesn't mean that people really they think by their heart, because people make decision by their mind. But as you see in here, understanding in this verse is based on what? Based on the heart, not in the mind. And it continue, and having eyes wherewith they see not. So now they have eyes, but still they cannot see. Now how somebody have eyes but he cannot see? It must be a metaphorical. Are you going to say this is science now? And having ears wherewith they hear not. How somebody have hear but he cannot hear not? But the fact Muhammad is stating verses from the Bible in here. The Bible speak about those who they are blind and deaf. They don't want to hear, but not because they are blind with eyes. They have eyes, but they don't want to see. They decide not to see. As we see in Jeremiah chapter 5 as an example, hear now this of foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. So simply this is a metaphorical, but the Muslims as usual, Muslims they have no dignity anyway. Now let us go and continue with the more, maybe we can cover more issues in the what it's called the scientific miracles of the Quran. Let us continue. One of the jokes I found in their website is the following. The Muslims now they say that God has no need to plan. Has what? Read with me. Has no need to plan. Muslims when they speak, sometimes I ask myself, like, if I'm a Muslim, how I will talk and what I will say. I'm going to say the same as those people say. Like, why they don't see that what they are claiming is really silly? Muhammad, he told them that Allah, 50,000 years before his creation, he wrote everything in his book. Now I want to ask the Muslims who say such a thing, that God has no need to plan. If God, he has no need to plan, why he is writing a book anyway? If God do not need to plan anything, what is the need for him to write anything? Isn't it his God? Like, do God need to memorize? Do God need to remember? Is God going to forget? So he made a book and he wrote in it everything for what? This is Sahih Muslim, and the hadith in front of us. It says that I heard the messenger, may Allah pray on him and salute him. By the way, it doesn't say peace on him. This is a lie. Always in English when you see that. In Arabic it says Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which means Allah pray on him and salute him. Not even me. Allah pray on him and salute him. Imagine God saluting Muhammad. Anyway, as seen, Allah ordained the measures of quality. By the way, quality does not exist in the hadith. Anyway, of creation 50,000 years before he created. But we just saw in the website they are saying that God, this is the purpose of the miracle. They will prove to us that God do not need to plan. He do not need to. But the fact, Muhammad saying not only he need to, he did it long before he created anything, and he wrote everything in his book. Let me show you a different hadith. This is a story about a child, he died, and Aisha, she said to Muhammad, "O messenger," they were invited to the funeral of this child, okay? Now, they are invited to read the prayer of the child of the Ansar. He's a Muslim child, remember. I said, who's talking Aisha? Allah messenger, there is happiness for this child, who is bird from the birds of paradise, for it's committed no sin. Watch carefully. The child what? He committed no sin. With that in mind. Nor has reached the age when someone can commit a sin. So this child, he have three things on him. Number one, he's a Muslim because he's born as a Muslim. Remember, Muhammad actually said every child is born as a Muslim, including you and me, supposedly, which is funny. And actually, I think this is true because when I was a kid, I used to do poo-poo in my diaper. And I think this is really foolish of me to do such a thing. And this is a proof that I was a Muslim at that stage. Now, so he was born from a Muslim family, and he is not committing any sin yet. And number three, he never even reached that age where he can commit a sin. Now look what Muhammad he said. Aisha, peradventure, it may be otherwise, because God created for paradise those who are fit for it, and they were yet in their father loins. Actually, it's not loins. In the hadith it says in the backbone of their fathers, which because Muslims believe that sperm is coming from the backbones, and created for hell those who are go to hell, and he created them when they are in their father backbone. Now, is that a planning or not? And isn't it stupid to say that you decide for me where to go before even I was created? And look in here, the baby boy, he did not do a sin. So why he want to go to, give me a reason, Muslims. Give me a reason for your God to make such a decision to send this little one who have no sin, he have no fault, he is not even in the age of doing sin, and he commit no crime. And not only that, he is himself, he is a Muslim, because he is a child of Muslim family. Where is justice? Where is justice? Why? Okay, let us imagine this. We have two Muslim children now. Two Muslim babies, they are born in the same day and they die in the same day. Now don't tell me this does not happen. I'm sure this has happened for thousands of Muslims babies every day. So why some of them will go to heaven and some of them they will go to hell? Come on. Like, come on, Muslims. Like, can you find more stupid religion than this? Satan will not do that. Satan himself, you see Satan how evil he is? He will not do that. I think Satan, he have more justice than your God. They are little babies. Either you send them all to hell at least, or you send them all to heaven. What's wrong? He decide for them before